The following is an important message from the AMA. Attention! If you or someone you love has viewed the box score and are experiencing side effects, you need to dial the number on your screen right now. You may be entitled to absolutely zero compensation. Viewers of the box score have experienced sadness, boredom, and extreme sleepiness. Side effects may also include the constant shouting of mock headlines.
End it like Beckham? Donovan won't go out like this.
Making fun of people with broken glasses. Claiming that Swedish hockey players are actually IKEA furniture pieces. Taking shots of rum while alone at work. Getting abandoned by your only friends when you speak. Believing in ghosts. And an irrational love for Tim Kawakami. Some serious cases have included rapid weight loss, thyroid eye syndrome, and even death. If you are suffering from any of these side effects, especially death, please contact the box score for your zero compensation settlement. Please report all side effects after viewing the box score, which starts right now.
I don't know a lot about sports, but I can drink a lot of beer.
My motto is simple: C's get degrees.
Need a long, inappropriate hug? I'm your man.
I think I'm smarter than you, because I probably am.
Power College for box score.
Hello and welcome to Box Score. I'm Brock, Los Angeles. They are the Danets in Milford, Connecticut. Guys, Ezekiel Elliott shook up things after the big upset in Columbus on Saturday by placing the blame firmly on his coaches. Now, some have said this has made his draft stock drop. McLovin, what can he do publicly to get himself back in the good graces of scouts and coaches?
It's so funny you bring that up, Brock. We've been debating this post-show. I don't think it's going to affect him at all. I don't think NFL teams care. They overlook real off-field problems, and Ezekiel Elliott's never shown any signs of problem. I say if he was supposed to be a first-round pick, I still say he's a first-round pick.
There he shall stay. All right, well, some other comments that garnered some attention were Michigan State's kicker Mike Geiger, and you guys played these for their quarterback, Tyler O'Connor.
I had the one earlier, next kickoff, and I fucking drilled it.
You gotta love it. The kid's from Toledo, the Toledo area, and so obviously it's a very big game for him. He missed that kick early in the game, and it was all the more motivation he needed to make the one at the end. But, he's exactly right. They called the timeout. He still made the kick before. It wasn't as pretty as the next one. He came in, and myself, and I know he did, and our whole team had all the confidence in the world in him. He went out and he did. He drilled it. He drilled it, went right down the middle, and he said it himself. He took off running before it even went through the upright.
I love it. Kid's probably never going to be in this position ever again, and he goes F-bomb and makes himself an instant legend. But you could hear him just how excited he was in that moment. He probably had no idea there was even a microphone in front of his face, because it sounds like he was still jumping up and down or running or something. The excitement was just like bursting out of him in the form of an F-bomb.
Do you know what I learned in the past 2 minutes that, and I knew this before, there's nothing better in life than being in college. And Ezekiel Elliott gets a hall pass. He's a college kid. He's 20. It's no big deal. Michael Geiger, the kicker, says an F-bomb on radio. If either of these guys were 27 and playing for professional teams and did this, they'd be in trouble or fined or both. And, if you didn't stay in school, kids, and when I say stay in school, I mean stay in college as long as you can.
Well, with the regular season in college football coming to an end, they're now starting to wrangle some Heisman Trophy candidates. Now, Alabama's running back, Derrick Henry, has made a late charge in a case for himself. Paulie, can he get that Garner Trophy if the Tide doesn't make it to the playoff?
No, absolutely not. If they happen to lose this weekend, I think that takes him right out of it. But this guy's a cool customer. I mean, you heard his heart. It was like, beep. Beep. He's just cool during the interview the whole time. But yeah, if he lost to Auburn this weekend, he's in big trouble.
Oh, yeah, I know what you did there.
Stating the obvious.
All right. Well, his coach, a very serious man, Henry, came to his defense and says, hey, you guys don't know him like I do. He's actually a pretty fun guy.
What's the coolest thing at Coach Saban's house?
Probably riding a jet ski, getting on the boat going too. He's going there having fun with everybody. He loves throwing us out the tube, so that's always fun.
So he's on the jet ski, you guys are on the tube, and then he tries to throw you off?
No, he's actually driving the boat, and he throws us off while we're on the tube. It's pretty funny because a lot of people getting thrown off, and they be looking scared, so it's a lot of fun.
Probably 8 violations.
It's very difficult to picture Coach Saban in any of those types of scenarios and hanging out with the players or jet skis. He just seems like such a kind of a stern, strict, business-like guy that he only wants to deal with them for for football matters and anything related to practices or games. So just the idea of any players coming over and hanging out in the house or going out to a river or a lake somewhere seems very, very bizarre, and find it very, very
I hate that listening to that,
picture.
though. It's like you're wondering if the kid is telling, like, oh, these are all NCAA violations. Like, oh, this kid's going to be in so much trouble now. He's going to bring the whole program down. Because you just don't know. I mean, if you can't have cream cheese on your bagel, how are you able to go, water skiing at your coach's lake house?
Did he pay some of the gas money for the boat, Good point.
Good point. Another story developing on the college gridiron was that a horrible call in the Wisconsin-Northwestern game. Now, the two officials have been suspended for the disaster that was at the end of the Miami-Duke game. Seton, should these officials suffer the same fate?
I actually saw a website today, or at least one, saying that it was absolutely the right call and that the guy didn't have possession of the ball. And I just must not be looking at it closely enough or watching all of the angles.
You watched it 20 times.
I can't believe that call. It's like shocking to me how they could make that. And yeah, they absolutely, something needs to happen. I mean, at some point, somebody has to answer for it other than the officials made the call they believe was correct after viewing replay. I mean, they overturned it. That means there's like indisputable video evidence that it wasn't a catch, which, I mean, like I said, we've seen it a billion times today, and I just don't see it at all.
This is the downside of replay that I don't know if you saw this coming, but they're going to get everything as perfect as they can because they can. They can go slow-mo, frame by frame, and it's taking away the football. And he caught the ball. There's no doubt about it. You cannot convince me with any type of language that he did not catch a ball. When a ball doesn't touch the ground when you're inbounds, that's called a catch by nature. And I mean, I would love to look up definition of a catch. If you throw a ball to me right now and it goes in my hands and I don't let it hit the ground, guess what I did? I just caught the ball. So it's a bunch of lawyers and a bunch of people with not much else to do making up different rules and expanding rules instead of saying, let's just go back to the old days where if you don't keep it from landing on the ground, it's a touchdown.
Or maybe it's is college football borrowing from NFL, seeing the ratings.
There's no doubt.
Seeing, hey, nobody knows what's a catch and the ratings are going like this. Let's decide we don't know what a catch is.
Yeah, that's not the dumbest thing I've ever heard. I think they enjoy the controversy. I know that half of the time we spend covering sports these days is talking about replay and officials. I mean, we talk about that as much as any play in that game. We didn't talk about one play in that game. We did talk about 10 minutes on this thing. So as far as from the coverage, replay and replay screw-ups are great for coverage.
Interesting, very interesting, my friend. All right, coming up, a legendary man opens up to the boss. Oh, speaking of legendary big men, let's talk about the Ram 1500 Eco Diesel. Every truck can climb a hill, haul a trailer, tow a boat, but not everybody is the most fuel-efficient half-ton truck on the road. Give more facts about the Ram Shaq Diesel. Guts, glory, Ram.
I actually started out playing football. I was a hell of a tight end because, I have wonderful hands. My hands are impeccable, and I like to punish people. But then a guy your size hit me in my knee one day. I was all bumped out, and then my dream came true. I'm sitting on the couch, and John Concac signs for $15 million for 3 years. I was like, I could make $5 million doing the basketball thing. I think I'm going to switch up now.
Oh, welcome back to Box Score. Shaq opening up to the boss today, telling them he was on his way to the NFL until he saw John Concac sign that juicy contract. Now, Fritzy, who would you have rather seen on your beloved Broncos at tight end, Shannon Sharp or Shaq Diesel?
It's easy to say Shannon Sharp because we've seen his career in the NFL and what he accomplished in being one of the greats in that position. Shaq, as scary as he would be at that size, and he'd probably carry the whole team into the end zone with him, I'm probably going to shockingly go with the safe bet of what I've seen, knowing what Shannon Sharp did. And I would take Shannon Sharp over Shaq because Shaq he might have been too big and could have gotten hurt a lot more easily because of his size and the pressure maybe on his knees.
Just look at how hacky Shaq took him out of basketball games.
Yeah.
Fritzy,
before we move on, can you give us Shannon Sharp telling Shaquille O'Neal to stick to basketball?
Well, I think Shaquille O'Neal's got to keep playing basketball. He's going to win championships. He can get the ball. He can dunk. He's a really good player. But if he did a football thing, I think he would get himself hurt because he's not quite that athletic and muscular as some of the people that play the National Football League. So, Shaq, just stick to the hoops.
All right, thank you, Mr. Sharp. But thankfully, Shaq did stick to the hoops, and he was talking to the boss today, and he opened up about retirement and how it was tough not being able to go out to the court every day again.
When I did rip my Achilles and found out I wasn't going to play ever again, I was kind of down, buddy. I think if I wouldn't have got that call from TNT, I probably would have been down a couple of months, because it's just, you know, we used to getting up at 8, eating breakfast, practice from 10 to 12, come home, watch stuff, and then if you got a big game, you got to go back out and get to the gym and get some more shots. Like, when you retire, you have nothing.
Were you worried about depression?
I didn't want to throw the D word out there, because I know that's a serious problem for some people, and I don't think I really know what that is. But let's just say I was really, really down.
That's so interesting. You know, I think about myself when the Dan Patrick show is over. I will have nothing. But I get that, man. I think like that. Everyone talks about the athletes have money and all that stuff. I think when the glory goes away, and I've seen this. Well, I haven't seen it up close, but I think when the glory goes away, it's very hard to take.
Yeah, go ahead.
Well, I've always wondered, actually, like when Shaq started his podcast, I was like, why? Like, what is he doing a podcast for? I mean, he must have made, I bet, over $300 million salary in his career, not to mention all of the endorsements that he does, which he does a lot. So it's not like he actually needs money, at least you think. He's got Shaq-a-Poco that's probably at about 100,000 square feet now. So it was like, why is he doing
Anything.
a podcast?
Yeah.
Like, all right, you do some TV work or whatever. I thought that was a really interesting bit of insight into why he keeps himself so busy. It's because he has to for his own, mental health.
I think when I was young, I think before I got into this industry, I always thought like, well, you work really hard all your life and you try to retire as early as you can. Like if you could be retired by 50, that's the American dream. And I've changed my mind on this. Like in our industry, I noticed that all the guys and women I know in this industry just want to stay in this industry as long as they can. You know, sometimes you have to move jobs and move cities and move up and down on the totem pole. But it's like, hey, man, I want to stay in sports media, whatever you do for a living that you love. And it's not about like being a star or money, because those things rarely happen to dudes like us. But it's like the idea of like stopping this job and not doing anything and doing something outside sports media is like, you feel like, what am I doing here? Everyone else is having the fun and I'm sitting here at home. And that's not what I aspire to.
Yeah, I've been in the position once where I was on the air on such a small level. This is just like tiny small level. I was on the air one day, and then one day I wasn't, and I wasn't for a very long time after that. And I was like, that next day, like I quit my job in a blaze of glory where I was like middle fingers all around, screw all of you guys. And by the next morning, I was like, what did I do? I'm not on the air anymore. And like I wasn't even anything important, but I was just like, I knew right then, like, oh, that's the side of the job that I want to be on.
All right, stick around. There is a battle of words around the corner, and it's going to get bloody here, I'm sure. Oh, welcome back to the Box Score. Guys, a lot happened over the weekend. There was some gridiron, guys drove fast around the track, and the hardwood was as hot as ever. So there's only one way to sum up all that happened. It's time for another edition of...
Mark headline, Battle Royale.
You know how this works, so let's get to it. Apologies to the cameraman. Our number one headline, Michigan State upsets third-ranked Ohio State in Columbus. Paulie, start us off.
Completely bucked. OSU in trouble after loss to Sparty.
Boom.
Completely bucked.
Oh, Seton.
Urban Crier, heartbreaking loss has fans asking Buck why. Buck why.
Urban Blight be used again. Remember that was used last year?
Blight. Yeah, that's a good one.
Use French fries. McLovin.
Sparty pants. Michigan State outthinks Ohio State, who bucked up their play calling.
Oh, bucked up. Same.
But
cancel
Sparty
each other out.
pants. You led with Sparty pants.
You used a bucked up too, didn't you? Didn't you use buck as a verb?
I didn't. You used it in the same context.
All right, let's see if Fritzy uses it as an adverb.
Columbus discovered America and that the Buckeyes aren't as good as we thought.
Oh, historical.
Okay, I'm with that.
Yeah.
I'm with that.
Columbus discovered America.
In the city of Columbus?
Columbus is. Oh, I see.
Christopher Columbus.
Yeah, I'm with
Ohio.
that.
Second
They
headline.
discovered? Okay.
I like trying to actually figure it out. What
Wins
exactly
the
is it that you're
2015
getting at?
Sprint Cup Championship. Fritzy, take it away.
Footing the bill. Kyle returns from injury to winner's circle. Nice and simple.
Yeah, broken leg,
Footing
yeah.
the bill. Leg, foot broken.
I'm with you. Eminem McLovin.
Broken foot.
Take that, Jeb. Now you're the only Bush not to win a big race.
Whoa!
What? Getting political?
All right. Political.
Kyle's brother won one
Florida
too.
turned us off, or if we were even on there. All right, Seton.
Well, when I looked up Kyle Busch, I thought it said his number was 51. So this isn't going to make very much sense. And I am also mailing it in and stealing it, but it's 51. W-O-N-E. I mean, W-O-N.
I think you're not going to make it.
I don't think you'll make it. O-N-E. W-O-N-E.
All right. Paula, your headline.
Bush lights up Homestead, chugs his way to a NASCAR title. Get it?
Bush Light.
chugs.
Busch Light.
Yeah.
Love Bush Light.
Third headline. I was gone with the Busch Light there. Headline number 3, Cam Newton throws 5 touchdowns as Panthers move to 10-0. Seton, you have it.
Gift of the Gabbert. Cam shuts down critics. Blaine game ensues.
Blaine game.
Oh my God.
Blaine game.
Paula, your submission.
Selfish showboat Cam Newton hogs all the TDs as Panthers go to 10-0.
Kind of true.
Very selfish. Fritzy.
Newton's Law. Cam keeps Carolina in winning motion.
Okay, there we go. There we go.
Oh, that was delayed.
Finally.
That was my headline last
Rick
week.
Lovin.
Whatever.
Cam on. They just beat the lowly Redskins.
Come on, man.
Come on, man. That would have been better.
Try it again.
Come on, man.
Ask for a retake.
I'm good.
So at least you didn't say W-O-N-E.
Come on, Maine.
All right. Our fourth and final headline. Warriors improve to 15-0, tying the best start in NBA history. McLovin, it's all yours.
Okay, here's what I got. Golden state of mind. But that's it. I never had any
I like it.
explainer.
Let it breathe.
Yeah, just let it breathe. No
Golden
way. That
state
is
of
a bad
mind.
boo.
Yeah, all right. Was that a Billy Joel? Okay, Paulie.
Warriors. Undefeated Golden State makes a sport look too easy. Warriors.
They're not really boring.
No, I know. I couldn't think of anything else.
Wow.
Digging or something. Fritzy.
Golden Fate. Is it destiny for Curry and company to win 73 and repeat? Golden Fate.
Like
Golden
golf clap?
Tate would have been a good one, too.
Seton, close us out.
Tide Curry. Warriors have fans feeling spicy about hot start.
Hey, Curry. 15-minute.
Whoa, it will be ready in 15 minutes.
15 wins, 15 minutes.
15 wins, 15 minutes.
All right,
Oh my
boy,
God,
this
it
has been a
just gets
tough
so
decision,
deep.
but today's mock headline champion is Todd Fritz.
The last ever mock headline championship.
Yes.
What?
Don't go away. The guys talk to the latest NASCAR Sprint Cup champion. But first, this is the box score. We're taking a break to remind you the Ram Heavy Duty, with its best-in-class towing, torque, and horsepower, doesn't need one. Get more facts at ramtrucks.com. Guts, glory, Ram. The box score presents great moments in DP show history.
Bring it home! I am the man. I am in control of this.
Thanks for watching Great Moments in DP Show History.
We're closing up shop here on the box score. You gotta love that classic moment when Todd Fritz was in the NASCAR simulator going all thug life. What was going through your mind when you uttered those lines, I am the man, I am in control of this?
I have no idea. I don't know what I was on.
What was your instructions there?
To act like you're all pumped up and that like you're just taking over this game and like you're the best ever at it or something. And that became a very, very bad trash talking or some kind of I don't even know what to call that, but it's thoroughly humiliating, and therefore we keep it forever and play it back periodically to remind us and how.
I was wondering if the director told you, act like you're in control of this, and then you said, "I am in control of this." You're a very literal person.
I am. But I wish I
Am
had
I
that
wrong seeing that's
excuse.
probably what happened? Because I wasn't there.
No, if only I had that excuse that I was just repeating back something that was said to use that line. I came up with that, unfortunately, and that was just...
I don't know that that's better than, is it weird that I ordered? Show order. That's definitely...
For the context there was a promo we had to shoot, and Todd was giving a line, and he was supposed to say, is it weird that I ordered? And he's supposed to go over the show order. And you know,
and it's supposed to like remind him, like, oh, the show order or something,
and then run through the names of the people on the show order. And Todd kept repeating, "Is it weird that I ordered show order?" And he did it 27 times. And the producer, the director of the bit's like, "Can you just say the show order?" He goes, "I was saying the show order."
It was very.
And it was much funnier than the actual promo, the filming of it. I
was looking for parentheses or says in a dark voice or like those things you get like where if it's not literally.
But instead of asking for clarification,
is it weird?
It was listed as actual dialogue,
Fascinating.
and a normal script will kind of breaks up between the dialogue and expressions and things you're supposed to be holding.
Take 27.
Yeah. Todd, you're a thespian. You don't need to apologize. One guy who was definitely in control last night, that was Kyle Busch, right after the caution lap, and he took home, he's your newest Sprint Cup champion of NASCAR, and he told the boss what was going through his head. Yeah, well said, as he was taking racing's highest honor.
For about the last 60 laps, I was kind of thinking to myself, there were a couple moments I was like, oh man, this is going to be cool, this is awesome. And I'm like, dude, you got 60 to go. Oh man, stop thinking about that. So I just had to start singing actually a child song, one of my kids' favorite TV shows. It's a 3-minute little skit on babysit. It's called Vocabulary, and I was just kind of singing the intro song to that in my head, just trying to make laughs. I probably said that word, I don't know, 5 times a lap or 60 laps.
Paulie, would you give us a little sampling of Vocabulary?
Yeah, Kyle, we all have kids. It goes, vocabulary, over and over and over on the intro.
Yeah, this is from a kid's show that's for like 1 and 2-year-old kids. My kids don't watch it anymore, but I used to watch it, and these things get in your heads, and you'll find yourself just going like, and it's this bit, it goes, vocabulary, and then this guy comes in, he's a little cartoon character called Vocabulary, and he does this like 60-second bit. I noticed myself doing that at different times of the day, not as much as I used to, but I used to, I'd be like, Dora, Dora, Dora the Explorer. I'm like, what are you doing, man? I used to sing like AC/DC in my head.
Boots is cool, Explorer, Dora.
Yeah, we all can do it. It's but it was cool that he admitted it and gave us a tip. It didn't just say, oh, I was just trying to keep my mind focused. He actually gave us a story, which is good by Kyle.
In a moment of true honesty, I hadn't been paying attention to the moments leading up to that, and I heard, Paul, can you give us a little of that? And I look over to Paul to see him going, vocabulary, vocabulary. And I was like, what the hell is going on here? Like, what did I just miss the last
I have to be honest, this is the second time I've heard this, and I still am not quite sure what happened.
I actually had tuned out the beginning of that clip we just ran.
We're not telling you at home to watch a show, but feel free to if you want.
Well, I did watch it. I still am not quite sure why you're singing that song or what.
Well, if they don't watch Dora Explorer, they can certainly watch you guys on Sports Jeopardy on December 2nd on Crackle. Seton, is there going to be a viewing party for you guys?
That's a good question. We're going to have to look that up. As of right now, I'd say no. And considering we have a little over a week to put it together, I'm going to say probably no again. But that doesn't mean it's impossible.
Yeah, it's going to be fun, though.
Nothing is impossible. Fritzy, who's on tomorrow?
Charles Barkley, Maurice Jones-Drew.
Yes. Short and to the point. All right, thank you, gentlemen. We are back tomorrow right here on Audience Channel 239. The podcast is available on iTunes or podcast1.com. Cheers.
I don't know a lot about sports, but I can drink a lot of beer.
My motto is simple. C's get degrees.
Need a long, inappropriate hug? I'm your man.
I think I'm smarter than you, because I probably am.
Hey, thanks for watching the box score. Holy cow!